This video is for the dolls that struggle to find themselves. They're scared of being alone. They're scared of themselves. And I want to show you the beauty and how confident you can be. To the girls who struggle with confidence, to the girls who struggle with their identity and their sense of self, not just in gender dysphoria or like being trans, but like who they are. How do you know who you are? If you resonated with any of that, this is for you. Hi, I'm Emily. I'm posting self-help videos for trans women and for the dolls. And if you like resonate with anything that I'm saying, or like you've been feeling down about yourself, you haven't been feeling confident, and girl, I'm here for you. I'm here to pick you up because I've been in your shoes a million times. I've had to build up my own confidence, and I want to share that with you. I want to share it with you. I want to be your big older sister. Basically, the title of this video is about like the power of being alone. So like, what am I talking about? Often when people think about being alone, they feel scared. They feel scared to be by themselves. They want other people around them. They want to be with groups of friends or to have a partner, to be with their significant other, to spend time with them because they feel scared to be by themselves. They feel uncomfortable being in their own body. Not just like, I don't mean like gender dysphoria type thing. I mean, they feel scared to be by themselves. They are uncomfortable with themselves and they don't like to be by themselves, and they would rather have their presence filled with other people that are friendly with them. I'm here to tell you that being alone is probably the biggest thing that you can change about yourself. It is the biggest boost in your self-esteem and self-confidence that you can gain, because there is a hidden power with just being alone by yourself. Often when we think about being alone or by ourselves, we think about, oh, how scary it's gonna be, or we think about our depression coming back, or just our mental mood just dropping down. Of course, that is definitely possible, and like always reach out to a friend, but when I'm talking about being alone, I don't mean to like isolate yourself from friends or to just like go no contact with friends. I mean, have literally specific time to yourself where you're alone. Like maybe spend a day just by yourself, or spend a few hours that are just your alone time. These things can be achieved by like going to a park, going to a coffee shop, going to a nice bakery, or going to see a movie by yourself, going shopping by yourself without listening to any music. Or you could. I prefer not to listen to music when music is nice, but it could influence your thinking and your decisions. And the whole point of being alone is to figure out who you are, to really understand yourself, and to find the true authentic self that's hiding within you, that's deep down inside of you, that you haven't yet explored yet. And I'm here to help you through it. Now, there is, especially when taking estrogen, or just even like, I guess, taking testosterone or any type of HRT hormone things, but this video is specifically aimed for the dolls. When you're taking estrogen, your brain starts to change. And what do I mean by that? I mean that your neurological pathways, how your brain connects to certain things, or what connections your brain makes, that all gets changed when you're on HRT. Your sense of identity shifts, and the things you like shifts. You have to explore yourself all over again. On HRT, you're learning new things that you like. Previous things that you might have liked before HRT, they might not give you that same kick anymore. They might not give you the same enjoyment that you used to get. Before HRT, I used to always dream about going to raves and going out partying, being in mosh pits, being front stage and screaming and cheering. I've always dreamed about that. But then like since starting HRT, I realized that's not for me. Like, girl, I think it's just like way too rough for me. I don't want to get pushed around. I would rather be with my friends in the back, having some nice alcoholic drinks, dancing a little bit to the music, not like going all out, but like little dances here and there, little dance moves, vibing to the music, talking with others. Whereas If I wasn't on HRT, I would be more interested in the party aspect and the dance aspect of it, and the physical pushing and shoving of the mosh pits. There are also just a bunch of other things that I've used to like. Another thing that has happened to me is because of HRT, the things that I've liked have changed. All of my clothes that I've worn and that I felt really great in before HRT, they were all women's clothing, but I wore it in such a way that it kind of looked androgynous slash feminine, but they were all punk, all alternative pieces of clothing, gothic clothing, and I don't find enjoyment in that anymore. Back then, I've also never understood why people enjoy dressing any other way. I've also just viewed every other clothing style that's not goth or punk is basic or is boring or is no style, but that's not it. Girl, that's not it. Because I'm on HRT now and let me show you my outfit. Hello, okay, see, so I have a crop top sweater on, I have skinny jeans on, I've also got heels, so I dress like this occasionally. I was supposed to be having a photo shoot today happening, but that plan had fallen through, but that is totally okay, because I know I still fucking serve. I would have never dressed like this before taking HRT. I would have felt uncomfortable. I remember I used to not wear bras before taking HRT. My personal health counselor had asked me, hey, now that you realize you're trans, do you want to start wearing bras to feel more gender euphoric? And I said no. I said no because I felt weird wearing a bra without having any boobs. I was like, oh, this doesn't feel right. I have a flat chest. And honey, now I don't. Look. I still enjoy gothic clothing, but they're more gothic romantic, if that makes sense. More flowers, more roses, more lace, more different types of fabrics that are more elegant, flowy, beautiful. That is the clothing pieces that I enjoy. And it shifted. I would have never worn that. I never wore skirts before HRT. I never wore a bra before HRT. And now I'm doing those things because it makes me feel the most feminine in myself. This is all tying back to what I was saying about your brain just makes new neurological pathways when you're taking HRT. How you see the world gets changed. The things that you've used to associate with a certain gender, it gets flipped around. The things you didn't feel comfortable doing, that gets totally flipped around, and you have a more clearer sense of yourself, especially when you're alone. Because when you're alone, you would see these things. But when you're not alone, when you're with friends or when you're with a group of people, that space for clarity gets clouded by others. The second thing that you notice when you spend time by yourself is that you start to think about who you actually want to be. Often we go through our lives interacting with others, doing the same old routines and tasks and doing what's expected of us. But we don't often sit down and think, hey, are the things that I'm doing aligning with my goals? Are the things that I'm doing helping me to become who I want to be? And when you're by yourself, you really get to sit and think about who you want to be, about the type of person you want to be, about how you want to dress, about how you want to present yourself. Because girl, before HRT, and if I was never alone, if I was always with friends, I would have never become this person that I am right now. I would have never been expressing myself this way. It'd probably be different because it would be influenced by others. When you're by yourself, you can be authentically yourself. Let me tell you, people gravitate towards that. When you are authentically yourself because you know yourself, people gravitate towards that. The different energies around you and your opportunities, they come to you naturally because you are authentic about yourself. When you're authentically yourself, you know what you want. You know what you want to pursue. You know how you'll do it. You know how you want to present yourself. You know who you want to be. You have a goal in mind of the person that you want to be. And Every day you're thinking about what little steps am I doing to get to that person that I want to be. I will give you a little thing about me that I've thought was that when I was thinking about who I want to be, I've sat and thought about it. And I've always like gravitated towards being this person filled with expression, she just has like such a cunty vibe to her. She is a total diva and she is a seductress. I envision myself as being this woman who often wears black, who often dresses like in this super pretty gothic clothing, gothic romanticism. She just like gives this ethereal vibe to her. Like she's so gorgeous and amazing that other people gravitate towards her. Other people want her. Other people pursue her because she's totally fine within her element. She's not being affected by others. Because I want to be a woman who pursues my goals. I want to be a woman who achieves my goals. I want to be a woman who is so self-sure about herself and self-confident about herself that she's capable to do anything she wants. I would say that that woman that I had pictured in myself when first starting HRT, that idea of who I wanted to be, I feel like I'm doing a dang good job at who I'm becoming now, at where I'm trying to go. I would say like maybe I'm already there. There are still obviously things that I want to pursue and I am making my strides to get there. I'm still early in my life, so much things have yet to happen. And I will make them come true. Now, this confidence that I have in myself, in my abilities to achieve, in my self-worth, it doesn't come from being with others. It comes from being by myself. Because when you're by yourself, you understand what you want. You understand the things that you like now. You understand what gives you enjoyment, which leads me into my third thing, which is self-love. When you're by yourself, you're by yourself. You have your thoughts. You have your body. You literally are by yourself. You have yourself. And do you know how powerful that is? We're specifically in a moment when our attention is the biggest commodity ever. Everyone just wants our attention. Everyone wants our views. Everyone wants our opinions. Everyone just wants us to look at them. And when we're on these apps, looking at other people do these things, we don't see ourselves. We see other people. We see them doing the thing. We don't see ourselves because we're too focused on the app. We're too focused on disconnecting from what is actually happening right now, which is you staring at a phone, swiping. Not saying that's a bad thing. Like, we all need our times when we just need to be by ourselves and we need to relax. Sometimes we've had a stressful day, but I'm mainly talking about, girls, I don't want us wasting away by ourselves, looking at the things other people are doing and being sad about us not achieving those same goals. Because I know you can. I definitely know you can. When you're by yourself, you understand what it is that you find enjoyment in, what it is that you like. You understand how you can love yourself the best. Because you're by yourself, you have no other people influencing your decisions or how you think or how you act. You have no other people expressing their opinions about how you should dress or how you should think. And when you're with others, your idea of yourself gets clouded by others' judgments. There's a saying of, you're the sum of the 5 people you hang out with the most. And that is completely true. When hanging out with friends, your thinking and your thoughts becomes the summary of your group of friends. And the things that they like, the things that they frequently talk about, you start to think like that. You start to conform to the group. Even your own inner voice changes to the group's standards or to what the group likes. And when you're by yourself, you literally have no one. Bitch, you're alone. You have no one. You're by yourself. What are you gonna do? Literally, what are you gonna do? That is the question you need to ask yourself. What are you gonna do? The reason why I'm so confident is because I've spent time alone by myself. I've spent the time, I've spent the hours figuring out who I want to be. And I'm confident in myself in that. Your confidence does not come from other people. Because at some point, when your significant other dumps you, or your best friend moves away and they decide to go no contact with you, they're not going to be there, because when they're gone, your confidence is gone with them. When other people are around you and surrounding you, you feel great. But when they leave, your mood goes away with them. I don't want the dolls feeling like this. I don't want you feeling like this. The only way that people can leave your life and go on and do other things and you can still feel good is by being confident in yourself and knowing yourself. It's by spending time alone. That's literally the first step. The person you spend the most time with is yourself. So get to know that person. Who is she? What is she like? What does she think? What is her opinions? What are her thoughts? How does she want to present herself? Who does she want to become? How does she want to dress? Ask yourself these. I can't answer these questions because this is a journey about self-discovery, and I know you have the answers. I definitely know you have the answers. You have to look deep within yourself. Take time, love, okay? Thank you all for watching. I love you all so very much. If you found this video helpful, then leave a comment, like, or subscribe. Just let me know. And I plan on posting more videos to help the dolls gain the confidence they need. I love you all so very much. Bye-bye.